Hi everyone, my name is Marco Brown. I'm a divorce attorney in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I wanted to talk to law students today because law school has started. There is a batch of brand new 1Ls and a batch of brand new 2Ls and 3Ls going through this process that we all went through. And I wanted to talk about the most important things I learned in law school and really what I wish I had known and what I could do different in law school if I were to go through the process right now. So there are going to be about 6 things I talk about today. Hopefully they're going to be useful. I think they really will be. I know that if I had known these things and I had focused on these things in law school, I would be a completely different attorney right now, and I would have started my practice in an entirely different way, and I would be much wealthier than I am right now. So let's get into it. All right, I got some notes, so I'm going to look down at them. I'll look back up. First thing to know about law school is no one cares where you went to law school. You might care where you went to law school. You might think others care where you went to law school. No one cares where you went to law school. The only time they really care is if you want to work as a prosecutor in the Southern District of New York, or you want to get a clerkship with an appellate court somewhere, maybe a federal appellate court. They really care about that sort of thing. State appellate courts might care about that sort of thing. I clerked for judges. They did not care where I went to law school. They cared about my character, how I wrote, and how well I did in law school, but not necessarily where I went to law school. In fact, I clerked in a neighboring state to where I went to law school, and they didn't particularly like my state. So they had a whole bunch better candidates from a better ranked school, but they picked me anyway because they liked me. So no one cares where you went to law school. Your clients are never going to ask you. If anybody else in the office cares where you went to law school, they're jerks. So don't talk to them. But I guarantee you, your clients are never going to ask. I think I've had maybe 10 clients in my entire career ask me where I went to law school. And I always figured, look, if that's important to you, then we ought not do business together. They were kind of dirtbags anyway. So I think maybe 2 of those people hired me. But again, it just doesn't come up very much. In fact, the vast majority of people have absolutely no idea if I'm a lawyer or not. They don't look at my credentials. They don't look at anything. They just assume you're a lawyer, and they want to know who you are as a human being and that you are going to protect them, protect their family, protect their money. At least that's how we do it in family law and divorce, or that you're competent and you know your subject matter. That's what people care about. They don't care about where you went to law school. So get over yourself. 2, CRAC and IRAC, they teach this stuff all the time in law school. Conclusion, rule, analysis, conclusion. I can't even remember what IRAC stands for. But this is a huge thing in your 1L year, is figuring this out. Beyond the first semester of your 1L year, you will forget this, you'll never remember it, and it is not really how you do things as an attorney anyway. It's not that you internalize this so much that you just kind of forget it, it's that you don't really use it. This is the best piece of advice I could give to law students trying to figure out how to write and how to think as a lawyer. Go read law review articles. Okay, I learned more from law review articles, just reading random law review articles while I was in school, than I did from any of my professors. Law review articles are amazing. They will teach you how to think like a lawyer. They'll teach you how to write like a lawyer. They'll teach you, how to be persuasive in law review articles. They're not the best persuasion techniques sometimes, especially for a trial lawyer, but they certainly teach you how to think and write like a lawyer. Much, much better than CRAC, IRAC, or any of that kind of stuff they teach you in legal writing. So go read law review articles. Number 3, meet every attorney you possibly can in the city where your law school is located. Okay, law school is about learning to think like a lawyer, learning the language of lawyers, learning how to write. It is also about getting a job. And law schools are terrible at helping kids get jobs. That office in career services there in the law school, that is the most worthless office in the history of bureaucracy. So do not count on it at all. Those are probably not the jobs you want, or probably the jobs you're going to get anyway, the people who kind of come in there and schmooze in the career services lounge. But really, you want to go out and you want to meet as many lawyers as you possibly can. So go to bar events, go to CLEs, go to anything and everything as a law student, and just go talk to lawyers. This is how you're going to get a job. Get out, get known by lawyers, If you do this in law school, they're going to see that you are exceedingly different from every other law student, and they're much more likely to hire you, or you're going to build those connections that are going to allow you to find employment. You have to take this upon yourself. You just cannot rely on career services or a professor or anything else to get you a job. It is your duty to get your job, and getting out, getting to know lawyers is the best way to do that. Number 4, learn how to sell and learn how to close. Okay, if you don't know what those words mean, you have a lot of work to do. But learning how to sell, learning how to be persuasive, okay, is everything that a lawyer does. We want to think of ourselves as better than salespeople because we're lawyers. We're not better than salespeople. Sales is exactly what we do all day long. We try to persuade people. We persuade our clients. We persuade our judges, and we persuade our colleagues to our side of things, to our ideas. Selling is what we do. So just own it and figure out how to sell as best you can. And then close. Now, closing is different than selling. It's a part of the selling process, but it's when you get people to pay you money for your services, okay? No one teaches this in law schools. Absolutely nobody does this. But this is the most important skill you will have as a lawyer. Convincing clients to give you money so you can help them, okay? You need to figure this out, and no one teaches it. I tell people to go to a guy named Grant Cardone, get his books, read up on selling, read up on closing. They are the best books you can possibly buy for this. If you learn how to sell and you learn how to close, you will make more money as an attorney, and you will help more people as an attorney than anybody else in your law school class. Number one, guy or gal, whatever. You will make more money, and you will help more people than any of those people at all. So I would pick up The Closer's Survival Guide by Grant Cardone, read through it. I think I've read that book 23 times. It is the best book on sales and closing, and the best business book you will ever read. So go get it. Learn how to sell, learn how to close. Have a plan to make your employer money. Okay, so let's say you go in for an interview with an employer, and it's you and somebody who, a mirror copy of you going in to the same employer. If you go into that employer with a plan to make that employer money, you say, okay, I have a plan to make you an extra $100,000 in the next year. And this is how I'm going to do it. And you have it written out. I'm going to do this many marketing, networking events. I'm going to talk to this many attorneys. I'm going to do this many interviews with the newspaper, whatever it is, right? You come up with your marketing plan, you come up with your networking plan, you give that to an employer, you say, this is what I'm going to do. Here's a piece of paper. You can look at it. Let's talk about it. I'm going to make you $100,000 extra. What do you think is going to happen? Who do you think that employer is going to choose? You or the mirror copy of you? Now let's assume that it's you or somebody who's smarter than you are that's not going to make them any more money. Okay? They're still going to pick you, right? Nobody does this stuff. Absolutely no one does this. But if you show your employer the money, you are going to get hired. It's just how this is. Employers are out there, law firms are out there to make money. So if you go in and you say, I'm going to make an extra 100,000 or 200,000, and here's my plan, you are head and shoulders above everybody else who is going to walk in that door. So do it. And here's the other thing. If you go out on your own, and 56% of American attorneys are solos, then you will need to have a plan to figure out how to make money. So do it now, get your first job with your first employer, start implementing that plan, and then if you want to move out on your own, you already know how to do it. You're going to make so much more money on your own once you pick up some of the skills, but you have those sales, those closing skills, those marketing skills, those networking skills. These things are going to make you so much money and allow you to help so many people. Okay. And then number 6, don't take bar subject courses. They're just entirely worthless. You're going to get done with law school. You are going to take a bar prep course that is long and annoying and terrible. If you're in Utah though, right, the kids this year didn't actually have to take it because of COVID. And who knows? Maybe that's the future. Maybe they're going to do away with the bar exam. But right now the bar exam's here. I think it's a sclerotic piece of garbage test. But it's still what we have to do. I've done it twice in New Mexico and in Utah. When I sat down and did it, This is what I do. I send my family away for a month because I can only study for it for about 3 weeks. So I send my family away and I sit in a chair for 3.5 weeks, and I study 16 to 18 hours a day, reading and doing flashcards and practice tests. It's just so terrible. It's an awful process. But the thing is, you're gonna get the bar course, you're gonna go through it, they're gonna teach you whatever you need. You read the syllabus like 100 times, you're gonna memorize it anyway. You do not need to take corporations or agency or whatever, commercial paper, whatever they tell you. Just get it off the bar course stuff. You're in law school. It's tough enough. Take the subjects you like. Really just enjoy your time. Figure out how to do the money side of things in law. Figure out how to do the sales and marketing. And then take courses you like. Figure out the bar exam. Study hard for it for a month or two. Pass it. And then go be an attorney. You do not need to take these bar subject courses. I know your professors are going to tell you to do it, but you don't need to do it. The bar prep courses are actually really great about this. So just chill and take what you want. Okay, so those are the 6 things I wish I had known when I started my law school career. Hopefully they help you. If you ever need any help getting through law school or preparing to leave law school and get a job or go out on your own, let me know. You can send me an email. It's Marco, M-A-R-C-O, at utdivorceattorney.com, or you can give us a call at the office. It's 801-685-9999. Check us out on the web if you want, www.utdivorceattorney.com. I am happy to help you in any way I can. So let me know. Thanks. Bye.